I want to leave you with something now to show that knowledge is power. It's a true story, actually. And we were talking earlier about third world sweatshops.
Gwen's running a sweatshop. You can't let her do this here.
A sweatshop that manufactures iPhone notification sounds.
Well, what does Spacely think he's run? A sweatshop?
How do you write?
And since '77, I've been making sneakers at gunpoint in a sweatshop in Wuhan.
But we do not employ children. We are not a sweatshop, thankfully.
We were talking earlier about third world sweatshops, and they really are awful places. And there's women and children that are abused, and they literally get a few pence an hour, and it's for big conglomerate companies to make billions of pounds.
But they're being absorbed by Matsushima, Japanese conglomerates.
But Michael Corleone has an ambitious program to expand this real estate holding company into an international conglomerate.
And it's for big conglomerate companies to make billions of pounds. And I was shopping with a friend of mine a couple of years ago. His name was Rob, and he had a sudden death in the family, and he had to get a suit for the funeral. And he was in a band, and he was on the dole.
I will announce the layoffs. Welcome to the dole, boys.
He had a sudden death in the family, and he had to get a suit for the funeral. And he was in a band, and he was on the dole. He didn't have a suit to his name. We went to these sort of cheap places in Oxford Street, and one bloke said, "Oh, I've got a lovely suit, £29. And I thought, what is this going to look like? I couldn't wait for him to have to buy the suit. We went over to it, and it was all right, and I was gutted.
I'll be seeing you today.
Still wearing it? Why are you allowing me to be gutted?
Gutted?
Yes, gutted.
I didn't mean a word of it. That bloodthirsty lot had thought I'd gone soft. They'd have gutted us both. That bloodthirsty lot had thought I'd gone soft. They'd have gutted us both.
Mr. Tusk, our nation is currently embroiled in a trade war with China. It has gutted our economy.
It was just like a classic sort of dark suit, and it was nice, and it had an electric blue sort of satin lining. And he was made up. So just to piss on his bonfire,
I've seen the charts.
Oh, the charts. There are charts. Why didn't you tell me about the charts?
Are you trying to piss on my bonfire?
It was just like a classic sort of dark suit, and it was nice, and it had an electric blue sort of satin lining, and he was made up. So just to piss on his bonfire, I said, well, if it's that cheap and it's that well made and it's not in a sale, it means someone's been exploited. He went, what? I went, yeah, it's awful. It's like women and children exploited, and you'll just be adding to the problem, right? And he didn't buy it. And he went and sold a guitar at Record and Tape Exchange and bought a suit for 150 quid. And I felt bad, but then I thought, well, I was probably right. If, you know, they probably have used like really awful, cheap labour. And so just by doing that, and even though it's one person's little change, if everyone changed it, then we can all, do you know what I mean, make a difference. Still, 29 quid though.